This is my son, my mother-in-law, Rita, my dad again, my mom again, and my lovely wife. So here we go. Make sure it's on. Alright, so today's discussion, or speech, is on welfare and the good parts of it, not necessarily the bad parts, because we all know there's some bad parts of it. So, welfare was created in the U.S. by the British laws protecting, that covered the poor people in British. And so when we colonized, we brought on their laws to help our poor people. So, and the poor people back then were the ones that were of older age and unable to work because of disabilities. So they were the ones that were covered by the British laws for the poor. In 1800, welfare attempted to reform the government on how they used the welfare system. And the government started using caseworkers to assist the poor on getting jobs and learning job skills and morals and work ethics to develop them into better workers and to get them off of assistance. In 1862, the U.S. Congress passed the Civil War program, which allowed for retired and veterans of the Civil War to draw a pension from the Civil War pension program. When the Great Depression hit, it forced a lot of families into financial difficulties, and that made the government step in and help the individuals that could not afford any welfare or any subsidies. In 1935, President Franklin Roosevelt enacted the Social Security Act, which was amended in 1939, and this is a program that provides aid to poor people, to assist poor people or underprivileged people. In 1996, President Bill Clinton signed the Personal Responsibility and Work Opportunity Reconciliation Act. That act provides money to the states to assist in the poor people, or with poor people. The U.S. has several different programs that assist the underprivileged and poor people. These are Medicaid, Women, Infant, and Children, or WIC, and Aid to Families with Dependent Children. Medicaid is a program that offers health insurance to persons and families that cannot afford health insurance. And they can get seen by doctors and even have medication prescribed to them through Medicaid. In order to receive Medicaid, a family and a person have to live below the poverty line, which is a state-by-state ran line. So it's not just, one state is this, everybody's just under a certain amount. Every state is different. So aid families with dependent children is paid by the federal and state governments to help with the poor with aid. So in order to be covered under this program, you have to have four things: children under the age of 18 living in the house, deprived of financial support from one of the parents due to incapacity or continued absence. Must be a resident of the state that they live in to claim, and a U.S. citizen or legal alien of the state. WIC applicants must have income at or below poverty level in the state set by the state. The WIC program is designed to serve in certain categories of women, infant, and children. These categories are categorical, residential, income, and nutrition risk. So in the categorical, you have women that are currently pregnant and up to 6 months past delivery or termination of that pregnancy. Postpartum, again, up to 6 months of birth or after termination of pregnancy. Breastfeeding and infants up to 1 year old. So infants up to the first birthday and children up to the 5th birthday are eligible for the WIC program. Residential, you must live in the state that you're claiming or asking for WIC for. Income must be between 100% or the federal poverty guidelines, but cannot be more than 185% of the federal poverty income guidelines. Nutrition must be seen as by a health professional, doctor, nurse, nutritionist, who must determine whether the individual is at a nutrition risk. So, is welfare a good thing? Yes, if it's used correctly. There are definitely perks to having welfare and using it on the right level. I mean, obviously, in this day and age, not everybody has a job, not everybody's can afford insurances, but so those are the reason why those are out there. WIC is a great thing, especially for even families with little children, because those provide basic nourishments for those children and that family. That, like, some of the things that you buy is like milk and bread and cereal and things like that. So, in conclusion, again, welfare is a good program if used correctly. Thank you very much.